Today we're going to do a quick tutorial on how to make a two-color layered tumbler cup. This particular tumbler is from Save a Cup and it's their skinny style. This has several pieces. We got the frame dotted circle, initial and name, as well as polka dots around the rest of the tumbler. Okay. This frame I cut at 3 inches wide and 3 inches high. That's pretty much the size I use for all my tumblers, even the classic style, skinny style. Unless they're really big cups, 3 inches seems to be the best size for these. The name ends up being usually around 2.6 inches wide and the initial about 2.6 inches high. But I always group all the names together and size them all at once. In my software, I lay it over the circle frame, look at it in the software, and see what fits well in there. But on average, 2.6 inches is about what you're going to get for the width of the name. Okay? The vinyl used for this is Oracle 651. The transfer tape I'm going to be using today is R tape, the Clear Choice AT65. This is my favorite transfer tape, especially when layering, because it's clear and it doesn't leave any residue on your vinyl. So that's the Clear Choice AT65. And again, the vinyl is Oracle 651 is what I'm using. This is the soft pink, and this is the gold metallic on here, if you're wondering. The fonts that I use for this one, the name is actually Penhurst. And the initial is Marion, just in case you wanted to replicate. This circle frame is actually going to be available for download. I'll post a link in the bottom above the comments if you want to download this frame. It'll come in a pack with a few other polka dot frames that you can use for tumblers. Okay, so let's get started. First thing you want to do is, which I already did this, is take some Windex and just clean your cup just so you don't have any dust, debris, whatever on your cup, because you don't want that under your vinyl. It will make bubbles, or it just won't look as nice and finished. This is actually an old t-shirt I just rolled up to kind of cradle the tumbler so that it doesn't roll around while you're using it. It's mainly for the video's purpose, because normally I just set it in my lap and do it that way, but this is also another way to do it if you prefer to work on a table. Okay? So it's already been Windex, and I just like to wipe it one more time with my finger just in case any dust, debris, or anything gets on it. And also, I recommend using an old t-shirt or something over a towel, because a towel carries a lot more lint that can get on your tumbler than a t-shirt. Okay? Alright, first we're going to do the frame. I usually, because there's so many little polka dots, I like to kind of scratch the top of it just to make sure it's all sticking to the transfer tape. But if you find any of it's not, it's pretty easy to get it to. Okay? Now, when applying it, you want to kind of bend it a little bit so that it's a little arched like this. And that's the first part that's going to touch the tumbler, okay? Okay, and then just take your finger and work from the middle out, up and down from the middle out. It's the best way to not get any bubbles or anything. Okay? Make sure it's all stuck on there nice and well. And then you can go ahead and remove your transfer tape. Just do it slowly in case any of the polka dots want to come with it. But in general, they usually stick pretty well. Okay. The reason why I don't layer the decals first, because I could layer these all first before applying to the tumbler, but I don't do that because you'll get a lot less bubbles, little to no bubbles, if you do one piece at a time. It's kind of like if you're trying to make your bed and you're trying to make it all at once, both the sheets and the comforter. If you're trying to put all of that on a bed at one time, it'd be a lot harder to get every piece nice and smooth. So that's why I do it this way, because you can just focus on each layer as you go, and it'll just give you a more finished look. Okay, so for this one, we're going to do Melinda. Okay. Again, this is the soft pink vinyl, and this is the Marion font. I usually just eyeball everything. If you feel better measuring, you can, but eyeballing usually seems to be the way to go. Okay. And then the name, again, this is Penhurst font in gold metallic. And this name is about 2.6 inches wide, and it'll fit in this circle. Again, you want to just kind of see where it goes before you put it down. Put down the middle first, lightly, so that you can still move it a little if you need to. And then you just go from the middle out. Okay. After you do your third layer, you're gonna see, let's see if I can focus in on this a little better. Okay, where the vinyl meets, sometimes you may see a little air in there, so I just like to take my fingernail and go against it just to push it down. It'll make it last longer, you know, when people are washing it or whatever, no water can get in there and it'll fully adhere. So I like to do that whenever layering, just to, it makes it look nicer and last longer. And again, this is a permanent adhesive vinyl. So, I mean, you don't want to put it in the dishwasher, mainly because the tumbler can't handle it. But hand washing everything, you'll be fine. After you make your tumbler, I would give it about 24 hours before using it, just to let the vinyl all the way cure and adhere correctly to the tumbler. For this one, I am putting polka dots. These polka dots are 1 inch, and these are 1/2 inch. Just a little tip when you're doing polka dots, don't cut each one after you apply the transfer tape and apply individually. It'll take a lot longer, and there's an easier way to do it. So what I do is I cut it in strips like this. Okay, let's see. I need to squeegee that. Okay, cut it in strips like this, and you're gonna just pull down the backing, exposing 1 polka dot. Okay, and apply like that, and remove, turn your tumbler, pull down the backing, exposing another one, and apply your polka dot. And do that all the way around. I always use 1 inch polka dots, 1/2 inch polka dots, and if I'm doing a third color, I use 1/4 inch. Do the 1 inch first, and I usually use about 4 to 5 per tumbler for the 1 inch. And then I'll go back and do the 1/2 inch polka dots. Same thing, leave it in a strip, just pull your transfer tape back and apply 1 at a time. Don't overthink the polka dots, because you want them to look random, and if you overthink them, they're always going to look like they're in a pattern. Okay. For these, sometimes I do extra little ones, but for this particular tumbler, I'm actually going to do only on the larger polka dots, the smaller ones. So again, 1 inch, 1/2 inch. Go back with your fingernail just to make sure that the vinyl's touching each other to get any air out where they connect. And that's pretty much it. Again, like I said, I wouldn't use it right away. Let it sit for about 24 hours. But after that, hand washing's fine. I mean, you don't want to scrub it with a Brillo pad or anything. But I've had several tumblers for years now, and they're doing fine. As far as tying a bow on them, I'm going to show you a quick how I tie a bow. A lot of people ask, so you may find it useful. The straws from Save Cup come individually wrapped, with what I love. And what I do is I keep the wrapping on and just kind of fold it and put it in there, because I just think it's nicer when a customer gets your tumbler that the straw's wrapped clean, you know, just looks nice. Okay, for the ribbon, I always cut my ribbon 18 inches. That's the length that I cut the ribbon, and the size ribbon I use is 7/8 inch. Okay, and you can use satin, but I prefer the Grosgain ribbon. Totally up to you. Okay, first, just go around the straw. Okay, and you just tie like normal. To make your bow, I always do the right hand side first. Around, you want to make sure this part's flat so that it makes a nice pretty bow. Pull this through, And the only part that's a little different is once you get this, I like to take this back piece and put it through this right loop, because it just makes the bow lay nicer after you're finished, okay? Okay, pull it tight. And sometimes you're gonna have extra like this, which is no big deal. You just cut the extra off. 18 inches gives you a little bit of leeway, so, because I mean, not every time it's gonna come out great, so that it works. Okay, so you have your bow, and then what you would do after that is you would heat seal the edges. You don't have to do this. These ribbons aren't going to be washed or anything, and 9 times out of 10 the customer's just going to take it off the first time. But you don't want your tumbler to get there and have all these frayed edges. So I always heat seal just for extra quality control. And all that does is it melts the end of the ribbon so that it can't fray. Okay? And there you have it. I'll tie one more bow just because I know that was quick. If you wanted to see it again. So again, 18 inches. Let's see if I can turn it a little bit. Okay. Bottom to the top. Do the right side. Around. Through, just like normal tying. And then take this back piece and put that in there like that. Pull it nice and tight. Move it around, make it look nice, and there you go. Another pretty bow. Well, thank you so much for watching. Again, I'll be putting a link for the files for this frame and several other ones in the comments below. I'd love it if you subscribe to my videos. I'll be doing a lot more. Subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing a lot more videos. And please comment if you have any videos that you would like to see, because I'm always looking for ideas. Thanks again so much for watching, and y'all have a great day.